you just want to listen, I strongly advise that you just follow along on Twitch. It's just easier for me that way. So I have more space in this channel for people that actually need help. Okay?
Alright.
Cool? Alright, thanks. I'm gonna start pulling people in. So just get ready.
Oh, alright, Aegis, I put my my thing in.
Do you have a form?
Yeah, I put it in chat. In voice
First?
chat.
Okay. Hold on.
Oh yes, I'm still a tier 100 and 1 month sub. Yay.
Nice.
He doesn't
Okay.
have any. He doesn't have sub mode. Any emotes, I don't think.
Yeah, I'll probably add an emote or something later. I don't know what to make an emote though, like.
How many followers do you have on Twitch?
I'll just make something iconic, like your profile picture.
You know what sucks? That
Oh, maybe.
on
Yeah.
Thanksgiving Day, they don't do delivery. Like, bruh, the rest of my PC is supposed to come tomorrow. Now I have to wait till Friday.
Bruh.
Bruh.
Bro, goddamn USP.
You know what sucks, guys? That people take holidays, bro.
I know.
It should just
right?
work.
But Thanksgiving is just dumb. Like, yeah, well,
Bro, it's
yeah,
the poor
guys,
USPS
we're just
driver.
gonna eat turkey and say, nah, we.
Bro, this is
we're not
what
gonna
all
deliver
children
mail.
say about.
Thanks, Danny, for the follow. Hi, Scout. How you doing, dude? Hello, lads. Hello, hello. Human bots? Who is human bots?
New to building PC.
Aegis is a cool cat.
Pogo. Yes.
Wait, is it Aegis or
Pogo.
Aegis?
Aegis I usually say, but you can say whatever you want, honestly. I don't really care that much.
Aegis, Asus.
Ah, there we go.
Asus.
We're good now.
Asus
I'ma call you
RGGIS.
Wait, what happened to the whole thing with Sandex or whatever? I was hearing about that. Whatever company bought like the other company.
I won't click or go to many Twitch channels anymore now that Twitch Fortress. There are ways to block ads on Twitch. Even after they integrated ads into the videos. There are ways to block ads on Twitch. If it really pisses you off. Okay. Alright. Prime Gaming, poor noobs. Lol. I sleep to Aegis. You guys are all late. I never left from last stream. Look at him. He's first. He's hella first. Oh my god.
No, I was first.
What a
Yeah,
god.
it doesn't matter which viewer's first.
Can you share your
I mean,
PC
I was
specs?
first.
It's literally just a 3400G. It's literally just a 3400G. Twitch always had ads, but now it's very hard to block them.
This guy's spamming specs, bro.
No, yeah, you
Oh.
got it. That's the command. Right there.
Do a
3400G.
motherboard. Okay, ballistics kit, solid.
Wait, only
16,000.
26,000 streams are affiliated? Yo, that's cool. Twitch makes 65 million a month off of subs. Yeah, of course. But they want profit. They want profit. What's the better full tower? Meshify 2 XL or Be Quiet Dark Base Pro 900 Rev 2? Those two cases are both so good that it like doesn't matter. Just take whatever has the features you're looking for, or just you think it looks nicer. Like both of those cases are past the tier where it's like build quality is an issue. And there's very little oversights in those cases. They're like both great. Yeah. Yep. Danny, you want me to do anything with that PC part picker list? You posted a PC part picker list, but I'm not sure if you want me to like click it or something.
Thank you.
My form, gonna buy the parts in a couple days. Okay, if you're buying in a couple days, that's basically Black Friday. That's 2 days from now. So you may as well come back to me then. Yeah.
Aren't all the Black Friday deals live already?
There be actual deals.
I'm thinking that there may be some other deals on the day of Black Friday. Like, for example, we're seeing daily deals kind of cycle through on like build a PC sales and stuff like that. So I'm hoping that, you know, if there are going to be deals that are good, probably the best ones are going to be on the day of. And then if they're not, then you're just going to end up buying there anyways. So whatever.
Those case fans don't look very good.
Hey, guys, I'll just hop on and check them out.
KB23s.
What's a 5700 XT that doesn't run hot and that's good? I would not recommend buying a 5700 XT at all right now. It is it has not been a relevant card for like the last. Actually, I don't think the 5700 XT has really ever been relevant, honestly.
Alright, I'll just hop in 2 days then.
Yeah,
Alright,
sure.
peace. Have a good
Sounds
stream,
good.
bro.
Can you yeet me into the voice channel? Yes, I have. Hoping to get RAM or motherboard cheaper. Yep. what about your RAM and motherboard? Did you post a list earlier? I don't see anything from you. Yeah, be a little more specific, Skull Meat. Is the Arctic Freezer 2 360 the best AIO on the market, or is there something better? For Ryzen IHSs, it's one of the best out there. The best AIO would probably be something like a very high-end like modular system, like Icebire makes some of those. But those are quite expensive and annoying to set up, and also they're not designed with aesthetics in mind. But
Liquid Freezer 2 is
if
just
you're buying
ugly.
like a Ryzen 950 950X, then a Freezer 2 360 is like a pretty good purchase, I would say, especially if you're going for like a high all-core overclock. So yeah. How about 5600 XT? 5600 XT is only relevant if you absolutely need a GPU right now and you cannot use EVGA step up. So you want to buy a GPU now and you cannot make any modifications to your build. How will the 3060
And you're
Ti
only
be
a
revealed,
Fortnite
if at
player.
all? It was supposed to be announced today. That's what people are thinking. And it's not announced today. So I'm kind of dubious on whether it's actually going to be released at all. We'll see what happens.
Is the Cooler Master Hyper 212 a good cooler? My friend wants to ask.
The 212 Evo is not been relevant in a long time.
The
so-
Hyper 212, the cooler.
Which one? The
Oh.
212 Evo? The 212 Black?
Yeah.
You answered yes to a two-part question.
Yes.
Yes.
What?
Which 212?
The 212 Black Edition RGB.
That one's okay. It's only relevant if whoever's buying the PC wants a black heatsink and an RGB fan, because there aren't a lot of air coolers in that price range that do that. But if you just want decent cooling performance for a low price, there are other coolers I'd pick over that.
Like.
Like an ID Cooling SE224 XT,
Oh
basic
yes,
or
that
black
one's
or white.
hot.
Yeah, it's cool. Citrus, rate my build. Okay, let's see. It has a 2600 in it, so I'm automatically gonna say no. Although for 130, that's a little bit not that bad. Damn, I just parroted ages, and you even spelled Icebire wrong. Free. Okay. Okay, sequence. Let's look at your list. Same thing. Why are people putting 2600s in lists? Like the 2600 has been irrelevant for like what, like over a year
It
now?
wasn't
Like,
relevant during its release.
honestly, that's not even that hot of a take. Yeah, like 8400 kind of overshadowed it, despite not having
This
hyperthreading.
guy's fans just look disgusting.
Rate my build. Okay, watch Yo Jet. Let's see.
The GIM KB23 RGB
Not
fans.
great. Not terrible, but not great either. Yeah. And I wouldn't go
What are the
5500 XT.
fans?
I tried to do like an EVGA card to step up. This delay is bad. Yeah, it's like 10 seconds. It's not. I used to have a 30-second delay. That was really long.
Aegis, are those fans even good?
Not really.
They don't look bad.
Skull Meat. Let's see. What's the 5950X for? And also the motherboard is obviously more than what you need in terms of cost. And the RAM, I'd probably get 2x32 instead. Were you referring to the Icebire Extreme? Yeah, that and just the regular Icebire as well. EVGA Step Up isn't available in the UK. It's available in the UK, in North America, and in the EU. What should I do then? Has to exist and be buyable at Christmas? Well, if you're buying during Christmas, I would come back in like a month, because people are speculating that a mid-range GPU from NVIDIA is going to be released in the next month or so. So, yeah, I would try to do that.
You know, I hate to be that guy,
Mhm.
but has any video card released yet been available on its release date? I have to say,
no.
like, you're beating it. Every new release card you talk about, it's like beating a dead horse because
Yep.
it's never available.
Yep, but I mean,
Just
it
get a
is a
bot.
lower segment card, so it should have higher production. And I'm thinking that a lot of the people that, we had a really long dry spell for video cards, so I'm thinking that a lot of people who were like hungry for a new GPU should have been satiated by like the 3080 and 3070 and the AMD cards. So hopefully it'll be less bad, but it's worth waiting, because he's gonna be buying then anyways, so you're gonna be waiting regardless. S31 gold for 500 gigs. Yeah, that is actually a good deal, by the way, Cubex. That's actually a good deal.
I'm surprised to find that tonight. If 500 wasn't so low for what I do, I'd buy that again because that's cheaper than when I bought mine, like hardcore. That's like $30 off.
I need to use all my channel points. Just highlight every single message that you send. Just flex on them. highlight every single message. You know, I think Left Skull told me that even if he highlights every single message, he has so many channel points that he's never gonna run out. Yeah, it's still going up. I'm doing 3D animation or plan to, and I have the money. Okay, sure. I mean, I don't have a problem with that. I'd probably get a cheaper motherboard though, and then I'd also, for your RAM, I do 2x32, and that's also really overpriced for 64 gigs. 64 gigs of RAM is target should be around like $210, $220 instead. Alright, kids, I'm the true ruler. I can't even see that you've highlighted your messages because I don't have the Twitch overlay.
Is Blender really using 64 gigs these days? There's
No,
no,
it's
no
not.
way.
It's not. But
No, it can't.
he's doing animation and stuff, so I'm just assuming. I mean, he has the money, so like whatever. Assuming he picked it.
I
for a
mean, it's
reason.
not. It's. I mean, I can be optimistic that it might, but that's.
It doesn't.
I know it doesn't.
This or this. Let's see. What is this and what is this?
Skull meat. It's the theorized that having what is it, dual channel with 4 sticks and smaller form factors is somehow faster with the Ryzen 5 series. So only in that case would it be faster potentially.
Is there any difference
Otherwise,
between
no.
4 sticks and 2? Sometimes. Usually you want to go 2 sticks. It's even if you want like 32 gigs of RAM, usually you want to go 2 sticks.
Did you read that new article, Aegis?
Yeah, okay. The whole thing with like you know, Ryzen like 4 sticks or whatever. I don't know why, but like the mainstream YouTubers have suddenly just discovered rank interleaving, which is something the overclocking / PC nerd community has known about for a long time. It's not just Ryzen. Any CPU wants rank interleaving, especially in certain workloads. But like it's not significant. I don't know why people are telling other people to get like 4 sticks of RAM for Ryzen now. It's like no, don't do that. Rank interleaving is not a significant like advantage, and even if you wanted rank interleaving, you can achieve that using 2 sticks. So,
Well, I mean, if he's going for 64 gigs, I mean,
if you're going 64 gigs, you can still do 2x32. You still get rank interleaving. And of course, most boards prefer 2 DIMMs over 4. Ja. Bruh, it just deleted my highlighted. Oh, it says you're spamming caps. Everyone is rich, TBH. Yeah, we're all rich here. We're all rich.
it was still a stock market bomb today.
Unlucky. Unlucky. The YouTube channel Gamers Nexus made a video. Yeah, I know. I saw that video and we talked about that video on stream. I think we watched it together on stream. And there was a dude from the overclocking server. He's a mod there. And he was like, "Did Gamers Nexus just make a 15-minute video just this is just rank interleaving?" And I was like, "Yeah, this is just rank interleaving." And like everybody's acting like it's such a big deal. Like we've known about this for a long time. We just never discuss it or recommend based on it because it's not significant. It's like
I think if you have all the top level parts, like the
yeah, if you have the
max,
top level parts,
then
sure, get dual rank B-die, but like it's very rare, you know? Of course I suggest that to some people, but it's very rare. I guess what is your biggest PC hot take? I don't think I have a hot take. Because it's mostly whenever I have a hot take, I just force it down people's throats until it becomes a cold take. Yeah. I don't think I have a hot take right now. You mean like in this server or just like in general? Because like most of the mainstream recommendations we give on this server are hot takes in other places. But in this server, I don't know. If you click on my profile, you should be able to see that I'm streaming. It should show you like some purple shit. Does the Ryzen 3 3100 work out of the box with the B450M Pro 4? Yeah, it should at this point. B450 boards should all work with Ryzen 3000 out of the box at this point. Because they all have BIOSes that support them, and they should have updated by now. Because it's been like a year, over a year since Ryzen 3000 came out. It's been like a year and like 5 months. Target overclock is 5 gigahertz. Yeah, good luck. Good luck getting a 5950X to 5 gigahertz on ambient. That's just like not gonna happen. Yo, for EVGA step-up plan, do they base the price of your product based on how much you bought it for or how much they sell it for? How much you bought it for? For more details, you can check out the step-up policy site, and it will tell you that. Based on how much you spend. Which is why you can buy overpriced EVGA cards and still step up. You don't think so? Yeah, I don't think so. right? Given that Zen 3 or on the refined version of Zen 2's process still doesn't hit 5 out of the box, it's like, nah. I would aim for like 4.7. 4.7 is a good number. Aegis, what do you think about the Asus Dark Hero motherboard passively cooled chipset? That's not the coolest part about the Dark Hero. The Dark Hero's coolest part is its automatic overclocking features that are actually not bad. But the passively cooled chipset is like, it's not a big deal. Like the chipset didn't need active cooling to begin with. I think I made a Reddit post about this like 6 months ago or something, when people were like complaining and bitching about like the X570 chipset fans and whatever. And it's like, yeah, the chipset fan is not really necessary. Like people said it's because of PCI Gen 4 and like PCI Gen 4 is like hotter or whatever. And then, you know, we've seen testing on it and it's like, it's not. I don't know why they added fans. It's just an extra point of failure. It's like, yeah. Overclocking on the dark. Yeah, Pepe. Resident sleeper. Aesthetic question. Do you know what's the additive called you'd use for a custom loop fluid that would make it look like liquid metal? I don't think it's an additive. You might be thinking of Primochill View. That's a certain type of coolant that Primochill sells that looks like you know, pearlescent liquidy metallic fluid.
It's actually that shit they pour in drinks you can drink at the bar, and it's I think I forget what the name of it is.
Although Primochill View is known to gunk up very quickly and perform pretty badly, and it's also a pain in the ass to clean. It stains stuff pretty easily, so I probably wouldn't recommend Primochill View. It's cool for like showpieces and like exhibition builds, but I don't think that's what you're doing. So yeah.
Honestly, there probably is no difference between it, but you can Google edible glitter and you can buy it on Google. It's about $12 a
just
bottle.
pour that into your coolant, yeah.
It's basically all it is, but you're right, it's gonna gum that shit up. It's like stop leak for a radiator, just don't do it.
I got my 8350 to 4.5 on ambient and that thing gets hot. Well, yeah, CPUs will not magically behave better because you have like luck with them or anything. Like getting a 5950X to 5 on all core ambient is going to be very difficult. So like at a certain point it's like it stops mattering too. Like it's not going to be worth it in terms of time and effort to get stability. And yeah, it's just going to be a pain in the ass. You're not going to get that much more performance out of it. It's okay. Even if the bot deletes links, I can still see them, so don't worry about it. Does this RAM work with the B450M Pro 4? Let's take a look. Let's see if it does. Yeah, it does. I know the Pro 4 might say that it's like limited to like 2933 or whatever. You can ignore that. I get that. I was saying the FX is less stable. Maybe I'm wrong. No, people have gotten FX 8350s to much higher than 4.5, even on ambient, I think. But yeah, the 5950X is a completely different beast. Can you check this build for streaming and gaming? Gonna step up to a 3060 Ti, and if it doesn't come out within 3 months, then the 2060 Super. Also RAM, I'm considering Ripjaw with same speeds. Okay. Surge Protector? Someone named themselves Surge Protector on Twitch. Thanks for the follow. Okay.
Yeah, that's me.
Nice. 4.7 is fine by me. Won't keep me from trying though. Okay, just don't kill your CPU. Just don't overvolt it. Don't kill your CPU. You know. Okay, so this build for gaming and streaming, I would drop the fan, cause $20 for that fan is definitely not worth it. The monitor I changed to, actually no, that monitor for that price is fine. Actually, I don't have a problem with that. Neo Air is a good choice. 2060 KO. I don't think that's actually in stock. PC Part Picker says it is, but I don't think it is actually in stock. Let's take a look. I bet it's out of stock. Yeah, it's out of stock. Okay. The PC Part Picker has trouble tracking stock for Office Depot. So, yeah. 2060, not a good idea because it's not available. I think the only EVGA new cards that you can get right now are like 1660 Ti's, which is not that far from the 2060. It's the distance between a 1070 and a 1080, so not super far. So you could do the 1660 Ti. It's like 320 or something. Obviously an awful price, but you know, you're stepping up. SN550, I would change this to an S31. I think that's like 45 right now. RAM, I wouldn't get 3600 megahertz just in general, especially on a platform like the 10400F, so quite strange. Official Stephen Hawking? Okay. No, I thought that's okay. Never mind. I mixed you up with someone else. Okay. But anyways, this looks fine. This looks fine. Change the RAM, change the SSD, change the GPU, remove the fan. Not necessary. Razer Viper. That's a good price for a Viper. Tecro Phantom is cool. Gaming Surface. I can't say I'm familiar with that mouse pad, but I'm assuming you did your research. And the power supply is fine. So not bad, not bad. Pretty decent list.
Well, for anyone who wants a 3070, it'll only cost you $1,000. There's 8 left.
Is Crosshair
Damn.
8 Hero the best choice for a 5950X? The best choice for a motherboard is always going to be the motherboard that does what you want and is like the cheapest board that, you know, does what you want and won't break and is obviously compatible with your stuff. So the Crosshair 8 Hero is probably not the cheapest board that does what you want, because most people, when it comes to motherboards, they just want their motherboard to like hold their stuff and not break. So because of that, for a 5950X, you could get like a mid-range B550 board and be totally fine. So I'd probably do that instead of getting a Crosshair 8 Hero. And that's including if you want to overclock it. You know, you'll still be fine even if you try to overclock it. You like dogs or cats? I think cats on average more, but they're both fine. You know, they're nice dogs, nice cats. Could you take a look at my list when you get the chance? I'm planning to buy on Black Friday. Yeah, sure. You and some other people. Is a 3070 and Ryzen 7 3700X a bad combo? The 3700X is basically irrelevant at this point, and the 3070 is obviously very difficult to get. But if you can get it for like 550 or lower, sure. Wait, so you said drop the fan? Are the 2 fans on the Neo Air enough? Yes, people always overestimate how much cooling they need in their PC when it comes to case fan count. Like, having one well-placed fan is enough for like almost every build out there. So, not a problem. You know I'm Souls? Okay. Anyone have a spare Windows 10 key? Oh no. Read the rules. Okie dokie. Alright, we have 9 people here. How old are you? I'm 18. Okay. I'm gonna grab some. Yes, in my back pocket, actually. Okay. Let's see here. eBay, Craigslist, Facebook Market.
I didn't realize I was in the wrong channel when I pasted this. That guy that wanted the glitter, here you go. Sitting here pasting shit in a build red. Fucking annoying.
S12-3. Sag. Yeah. Speaking of ambient, should I replace my CryoRig R1? No. R1 is fine. R1U is good. Good cooler. I'm surprised you picked that though. It's like a very underrated cooler. So, interesting pick. Not a bad cooler, just very underrated. And what was the SSD specifically? SK Hynix S31 Gold. It's or Gold S31. It's like I think it's like $45 right now for 500 gigs. So that's pretty cool.
I don't want to keep this.
What's the best?
Yeah, that's for that stuff.
What's the best
That's
power
for-
supply?
You have
Titanium.
them in here?
Why do you want a 1000 watt
Yeah,
titanium
we have this
unit?
stuff out so people can, clean stuff down when you're done.
Aegis, are you proud of me? I haven't talked in 25 minutes.
That's. Why would that be something I should be proud of you for? I'm confused. What's the okay? Yeah, why do you need a 1000 watt titanium unit? Yeah, the only time you get a titanium unit is like if you're at the wattage where like the units are titanium anyways, which is like kind of hard because even at 1600 there's like still like plat units and gold units that are good in that price range. It's only for like memeing, honestly. The only reason to get a titanium unit is like memeing. Hard video rendering and 3D modeling, that doesn't mean you should get a
That
1000.
doesn't mean that you
Yeah,
need
that
that much
doesn't
power.
translate
That's
to needing a titanium unit.
that means if you're worried about reliability, what you should be investing is an uninterruptible power supply with a sine wave.
Yeah, pure sine wave gen.
A what?
A UPS with pure sine wave gen.
No, that first word he said, uninterrupt. What did you say that word was?
Uninterruptible.
Oh, that's not how it sounded the first time. I'm like, God damn, I'm missing something.
Okay. I saw the R1's numbers and got it on sale for 80. 80 is a good price for an R1U, even in 2020. So good on you. Did your research. Yeah, the R1 Ultimate is actually like hella underrated. Cryorig actually went out of business in North America for a little bit. I think like a year and a half ago or something. So they kind of flew under the radar, but yeah, they were pumping out some good shit before.
I still miss some of the not cooler case manufacturers have gone by the wayside. Some of the case labs.
Yeah,
I always
Case Labs
kind of
is a big
wanted one
one.
of those. Yeah,
Bring back the
I always wanted
H7,
one of those
please.
cases, but I could never afford one.
Honestly, H7 is cool, but in today's current market with the SE224 XT, it would be outclassed. But it's a nice cooler. It was good for its time. The H7 was like the go-to 2600 stock cooler replacement. Aegis, can you make some recommendations? Didn't you say that you're gonna come back on Black Friday?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like, it's like a day or two. It's
Yeah,
like
but the
2
thing
days
is,
before Black
the reason
Friday.
why you're coming back on Black Friday is because you're expecting there to be sales that are on that day and not today. And if that's the
Okay,
case,
well-
then what I recommend depends on what goes on sale and how much, like how steep the sales are. So like, you know, I can't
Okay.
really make you a list ahead of time. That's gonna hold
Don't
up.
Okay.
expect anything nutty. I haven't seen, the trend has been so far from the prices. A lot of stuff has been on sale for the same price or less from what I've seen it so far. At this point in time during November.
But just
So-
very briefly, the CPU should be, I mean, you should go Intel given current pricing. RAM is like $5 overpriced. P2 I changed to Gold S31. 5700 XT is a hard no for $50 over MSRP over a year after it's launched, on top of just being an irrelevant card right now. And then the X1 is fine, but there are cases I'd go like spend a little bit more to avoid the Molex fans. And then S12-3 is questionable when the Segotep unit exists. Okay. Thoughts on Deepcool Matrix 50 add RGB? It's fine if you like it, but it's obviously worse than Airflow because it has a closed front panel. So yeah, it's obviously going to lose to those cases and temps. But if you have hardware that's not that hot, like you have a literally anything besides like a 10700K or hotter, or like a 5950X, and if you have like a, I don't know, like I struggle to find, like, as much as we love Airflow, right? It's kind of overrated. It's very overrated. So most people have pretty cool hardware which will run, you know, just fine on a variety of cases, provided they're not completely choked. So, and completely choked is like is really bad cases. So, you know.
So like, what graphics card should I look for?
At your budget, there's not really anything worth buying right now, to be honest. So what I would do is try to step up, use EVGA step up, get a new EVGA card now for potentially an overpriced sum, and then within the next 3 months, you should be able to register for step up and be in the queue for a new card that you can replace by paying the difference in price. Okay, what's the most reliable brand to get a power supply from? We don't recommend by brand, and I don't think there is any single brand that has like consistently good power supplies. I guess Be Quiet. Be Quiet actually has consistently good units, not necessarily consistently viable units, but I'd say Be Quiet has consistently good units. In Be Quiet's current lineup, there aren't any like genuinely bad units. Whereas like Corsair has some genuinely bad units. EVGA absolutely has some definitely genuinely bad units. But I'd say Be Quiet is pretty consistent. Not that I would recommend them on the whole, but just as a thought exercise. Which one do you and Aegis use then? Currently I'm using an integrated InWin power supply. Yeah. I'm using an integrated Flex ATX 150 watt power supply that constantly trips its protections while I'm playing Overwatch. So that's not good. Yeah. I'd get 850 watt before I get a plat unit. Yeah, that's a no-brainer, really. The platinum units only become relevant at 1000 watts and higher. Or if the Fractal Design Ion Plus is really cheap for some reason. That's like the only plat unit that's actually relevant. If 3600 speed RAM is same price as 3200 and I'm pairing it with 10400F, do I get the faster one? The only reason why 3600 megahertz RAM would be the same price is if you have a very cheap 3600 megahertz kit, which typically doesn't happen, or a very expensive or just overpriced in general 3200 megahertz kit. So you're probably picking the wrong kits to consider if you're in that situation. And again, you have a 10400F, so you're going to be going B460 no doubt. And if you're going B460, your RAM is going to be limited to 2666 on that CPU, so it's not like it matters. You could make the argument that you want to do like, you know, get a better ICs or something, but that would be strange. I have a 4-year running a 750 watt G3. Yeah, that's a good
I
unit.
was just commenting on the prior.
Okay. Hopefully I replace my BQ tomorrow so my house doesn't burn down, lol.
You know, that's why I have such a big issue with everyone saying that power supplies are bad. Hey, Sequence, shut your fucking mic up. Like, seriously, dude.
See, Cubex, you gotta admit though. Cubex, you gotta admit though. Be quiet doesn't fucking miss, okay? I mean, okay, when I say they don't miss, like, all their units are, like, at least decent, and, like, you know, not necessarily relevant, but at least decent. Like, the quality is good, but the price is sometimes too high. Like, straight power is, like, way too expensive. Same thing with dark power. So what about Enermax DF850? DF850 is out of stock right now, at least at the price of 110. If you want a good unit, I think, I don't know if Ledix is cheap right now, and I think there's something else. Hold on, let me go check.
The Ledix is 110 last I looked, unless they sold out of that one too.
Oh, I know what it is. Hold on. It's the amp. The amp is my recommendation right now. It's 110 for a good 750 watt unit. So I will send this to you. This guy right here. This is a good 750 watt unit. Cubex is HX750 any good though? Yes. Any unit that's that expensive is going to be good. There are very few expensive. There are very few units that are that price that are not going to be good. But don't get an HX series for a 750 watt unit. HX starts to be relevant at 1000 watts and higher, and even then it's like kind of questionable. This is my build, gonna buy it all on Black Friday. So I would just hard recommend against making a build ahead of time for what you're gonna buy on Black Friday, because like I mentioned earlier, you were here earlier, right? Yeah, you're here earlier. So you heard me say that. You can't predict what goes on sale, and you can't either. 1660 for 100. I hope this is new. I really hope this is new. P300A is a bad pick. Not that it's a bad case, but P300A loses to the Neo Air, which is the same price. BQ sucks, just straight up sucks. 860 Evo is not worth 54 per 500 gigs. I'd get a gold S31 instead. For these prices, I'd say 3100 is acceptable. Yeah. But everything else here, yeah, I change.
Question. I mean, I'm going to, can I get like a 1660 and upgrade my, would it be good? And just upgrade my graphics card later, like in the summer?
Yeah, if you get an EVGA 60, oh, not in the summer. I'm trying to get people to use Step Up.
Okay,
Thoughts on
so
the CM Stormtrooper
so how does
case?
Step Up work?
So the way it works,
just go to EVJ's. Just
but,
Google
yeah.
EVJ Step Up. Honestly, just read it there.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah, it's
like,
pretty
I'm too
simple.
tired
Okay, so
of
if I get like
explaining.
an EVGA card, like an EVGA 1660
No,
Super.
just literally Google EVJ Step Up. They have a page dedicated to it. You can just read through it and have all your
Yeah,
questions answered.
yeah, that's what I'm doing now. Okay, thank you.
Thoughts on the CM Stormtrooper case? That's a very old case. So, I mean, it was not relevant while I was in this hobby. Yeah, that's all I have to say about it, really. The new CM Stormtrooper is junk, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Cool. How much do I sell it for? Start at 400 and push down until someone bites. Okie dokie. Were you
I
valedictorian?
mean, it depends
No.
upon where you're selling it, I guess.
I attended 2 different high schools, so that was not an option for me. I rant about every chance I get, drives me crazy. Nice. Corsair scamming? No, it's just Corsair kits are typically overpriced because, you know, They have name brand recognition, so people just default to them. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Here. Yes and yes. Yes. This is true.
Windows. Hello.
What's up?
And somebody has a microphone that does a terrible job at isolating noise.
Yes, it's skull meat. It sounds like he's in a gym where people are deadlifting 5-pounders.
Yeah, Skull, didn't you say you're like at work right now? Like why is your mic unmuted? Everything about every component out there, I try. Although I'm very behind on like everything besides SSDs because this SSD sheet has been bogging me down for like the last 2 years and I have not progressed in any other component because of it. So all my fundamental knowledge is like 2 years old. Would you rather spend $450 on 9700K decent cooler, decent motherboard, or spend $450 on 5600X and good motherboard? The latter. The latter. Yeah, definitely the latter. Not even close.
That's not even a question.
Yeah. Finish that
That's a lot.
SSD. Yeah, I will.
Wait, Gamer Nexus, wait, they're saying not to mount your AIO to the front?
You can mount it
Uh-oh.
to the front as long as you have your tubes at the bottom. Yeah. It's front tubes bottom or top?
I have no idea which way, actually.
The bottom, which is not the
What?
top.
What do you mean?
I'm saying
which
I
way?
don't know which way I'm gonna freaking.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yes.
I mean,
12.
cool. All right. Let's get a tiny bit more. Get the tom. Okay. I mean, if you want to get the Tomahawk, it's pretty cheap right now. If you don't need Wi-Fi, then yeah, I suppose you can get the Tomahawk.
Did I just hear Aegis recommend the Tomahawk?
I mean, he's like, I said B550 on Pro VDH Wi-Fi, and he was like, ew, it's ugly, and I was like, okay, you know what? Just pay $20 more, get the Tomahawk. Yeah, and it's only
I
because
just
the
tell 'em
Tomahawk
to
is
deal
really
with
cheap.
it.
The Tomahawk's just really cheap right now. It's like 140, which
Oh,
is very low for
okay.
that board.
Yeah.
I know this is
I
kind of a
always
stupid
get
question.
a giggle out of folks that go by the looks of a motherboard. I'm like, how
Yeah,
often do you stare at your motherboard?
it's like covered by other stuff too, like mostly. Like I don't know, whatever. I know this is kind of a stupid question, but do you have any recommendations for RGB strips? Because all the ones I've had have been trash. Not really. I mean, if you just
They're
go on
all
Amazon,
trash.
yeah, I mean, if you go on Amazon, they're all pretty much the same. They're
Maker is really good.
the
I have
only
Maker.
differences are like some are magnetic, some use like Velcro adhesive, some
The
have
Corsair
solderless,
ones.
some have solderless connection support, some have higher density LEDs, some have a black background, some have a white background.
And they all burn out the same and flicker the same. Because even my work fucking desks have LEDs and they flicker and burn out.
Mm-hmm.
Don't matter how much you pay for them.
Yeah, you can actually buy RGB strips off AliExpress. That's legitimate. Although it'll take forever to get to you, but you know, legit. You can buy them off eBay
Well,
too.
honestly, if you buy anything on Amazon, it's literally just a secondhand AliExpress
Oh
with a 20%
my
markup.
Yikes.
Yep.
this-
I'm not wrong.
Yep.
What
Same
is this
factories.
guy's-
Aegis, what's a good place to
builders.
purchase something? If you know, you know. Starts with a W10. If you're asking about Windows 10 and you're asking about breaking rule 3, when you're done your build, DM me and I can help you activate Windows. Yep. What beer do you recommend? I'm too young to drink, so I don't know. The only beer
This
I've
isn't a
had.
beer server anyway.
Yeah,
Shock
this
top.
is not build a beer. This is not build a beer up in here.
Build the beer.
The only beer I've tried is when I make like stews and I have like I buy some like stouts with my
What?
parents and I
Go for either Guinness or
Gross.
something Hawaiian.
I try Guinness. It tastes kind of like a little bit like cinnamon. It's kind of weird. So I just
Can I
do like
talk for,
normal.
like, half a second?
I just get like stouts and I tried some of it. Like when I'm done pouring it, I just like lick the can. It tastes kind of like piss. So I don't know.
That's most beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, do people intentionally drink this shit? Like it's kind of like dish soap.
If you drink a beer about 60% in and throw the rest of the can, you'll be fine.
Okay. Okay. I got you. Yeah. Also, what's that
Getting
weird
my
shit in the
first
beer can?
PC
You know, in the
beer
beer can,
built
that
is
shit
like,
that's like inside, you
yikes.
like shake it and there's like something inside. I don't know what that is. I tried to like cut
Those are-
open a can to like take it out, but like the can is like too hard.
Hey, hold up a second. John, if you've got a question, if you
What's
keep
it?
getting interrupted, just ask your question in text. He's going to respond to you.
I'm not
Christ.
getting interrupted. I'm trying to talk to this guy. Why are you getting a 999 200K for $400? Why are you getting 64 gigs of RAM
Seem like wine
for
poop
that?
too
Why
tired.
are you getting the most expensive Z390? Why are you
Cube.
getting a Z73?
Cube, I feel
Deflex.
like
And why are you getting a 680X at $250 case?
Cube, I
That's my
feel
question.
like it's an acquired taste. I feel like as you get older, you just get like more pissed and you just like at some point you just drink it for the effect. It's just associative, you know? Girl
I
piss or
decided not
boy
to
piss?
do my essay on why his build is very wrong. I just told him to put it in the recycle bin.
Yeah, getting
Aegis,
my
I'm
first
assuming you have
PC.
that kid muted.
No, I don't. But he left anyways. So.
Oh, he left.
Yeah, coffee for me is an effect.
I mean, I hate to be rude, but he's just so intrusive. It's like, Jesus, chill out.
Yeah. No, there was a dude that
Wait.
was like way worse than him earlier. He was just like interrupting literally everyone with like completely random comments. Plus, he was playing Fortnite in the background, so you just and his keyboard is like next to his mic, so it's like if he's not talking, it's just like loud keyboard
Oh.
noises. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Coffee is delicious plus effect. I've never had like a full cup of coffee before. Like, I've tried like
Ow.
coffee flavored drinks, but like I don't
I'm
know.
younger than you, and I've had like so many cups of coffee.
Yeah.
You got to make coffee right, though, because if it's too light, it's bad. If it's too black, it sucks.
Yeah,
and
the
it's
first
just, I
coffee,
don't know.
the first
You're
full cup
right,
of coffee
yeah.
I had, I'm gonna do like some fancy shit. I'm gonna do like the French press and everything. Yeah.
Oh, the French press is very good.
I have to stuff 6 sugar packs and creamer in there. Yeah. One day, Cubex, when you're
Caffeine
old,
is
Just go to
when you're old,
just go
and
to
jaded,
Starbucks and get a cold caramel macchiato.
Sure. Cube,
Sure.
one day when
It's
you're
the only
old and
coffee.
jaded, you're gonna drink it black. You're just gonna drink it straight black.
Oh, I've had it straight black. It's
Yeah,
it's
dude.
pretty good.
It's like
I like it.
oh man, it's bitter.
It
I
is
will
bitter,
never
but
drink
it's
black
good.
coffee. Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Kicking Horse coffee.
Kicking horse coffee.
I've
Mhm.
never had Kicking Horse. I don't know what that is.
My RF120Ms came nice. Let me know how they look. I'm sure you'll like them. They have pretty good light diffusion.
Aegis, do you answer peripheral questions as well?
Yup.
What would be like the best kind of like the quietest linear switches you know?
Those would be any silent switch. So you can go like Telios.
Like with the
um,
Cherry MX Red?
Sorry, not Telios. Telios. No, not MX Reds. MX Reds are not silent. If you mean MX Silent Reds, Cherry Silent Linears are not great. They're kind of scratchy and they're kind of rubbery, and I don't want to avoid that feel. Okay, here's the thing. Silent switches are expensive, first of all, and they're hard to find. Like you're gonna be very difficult for you to find any pre-built with silent switches or good silent switches in them, especially. So if you're after silent mechanical keyboard, you're gonna end up buying the switches yourself most likely, and using either a hot swap or soldering your own switches. So for that kind of detail, I would go to the mechanical keyboard Discord and ask them. Yeah.
Couldn't they just also modify
thinking of actually-
existing switches a little
Yeah.
bit?
Okay, there you go.
And then like using a keyboard from Ducky.
Yeah, so I would go to the mechanical keyboards Discord. What was the question?
It wasn't a question. It was just an observation. They could just modify some existing, somewhat silent ones to be silent enough.
You mean like O-rings?
No, the other method. I'm trying to remember the name of it
QMX
because
clips?
he cited it a few times before.
Oh, QMX clips. Yeah, that's what I've
Yeah.
recommended before.
I came here to weigh in that silent alpacas are my favorite silences.
Alpacas are cool. Yeah.
Silent alpacas feel so fucking
Are
good.
you
after
walking
you
down
eat
the
them.
hallway right now?
Oh yeah, dude, where are you at?
Dude, he's in the subway right now. He's walking down the subway.
Oh,
tunnel.
sorry. Let me put myself on airplane mute.
That sounds cool.
So between Helios and Alpaca, if you've felt what they are, could you tell me like which one feels better?
There are
Or which
other
one's
options.
quieter?
There are other options. So I would go to the Mech Keys Discord and ask them for some silent linear options. And based on what you hear from them, try them out. I mean, linears are not that diverse compared to tactiles because they're the end game for being a linear is just being smooth. Like that's what most people are trying to achieve with linears. So how they feel is not that different. Whereas tactile, there's like 3 main different types of bumps. There's some really unique bumps out there like alias switches, and there's a lot more you can do in the travel pattern. Whereas like linears are just like it's either smooth or it's not smooth, and it might be heavy and it might not be heavy. So go to Mech Keys and ask them for help there. And then in terms of finding your hot swap, or if you're willing to do some soldering work or get someone to build it for you, yeah, those are some other considerations. But do be aware this is going to be expensive. It's going to be at least like, I don't know, like 150 for a full board.
I don't
Yeah.
know. That doesn't sound too expensive to me, being on my keyboard
Okay,
as is.
okay, yeah. But I said at least. I'm just saying at least. And that's like the hot swap route, the cheap hot swap route. The question is now, get an Impact plus LEDX 3 SFF, or get an SF750 plat and a B550i. B550i, 550i. Dude, do what me and Left Skull are doing. Me and Left Skull, we're doing NR200 derivatives or NR200, SF750, B550 Oris AX. Just join the gang. It's a good gang to be part of.
So I was reading about the step up.
Mm-hmm.
Does the 1660 qualify? 1660 Super?
Any new EVGA card, you could literally buy an EVGA like GTX 970, provided it was new from a retailer, and it would qualify.
Oh, okay. So if it says something about like a 3-year warranty. It has to have like a 3-year warranty.
Yeah, so only EVGA KR SKUs are relevant, so you're not allowed to use like EVGA B stock SKUs or like resold SKUs. They have to be new.
Oh, also, just to chime in on that, you have to purchase the extra warranty to get the step up, but that costs like $20 or $30.
You from EVGA? Because I'm pretty sure you can just buy it from a regular retailer.
No, I bought a 2070 Super on Newegg, went on EVGA, and they're like, you have to have a 3-year warranty for this to
Oh,
be
you mean like when
valid,
you
and then-
register for it, you have to add it on top?
Yeah. You have to add the
I
warranty,
got
but
you.
it's like it's really cheap. It's like $20 or $30.
Yep, I got you.
Okay.
I'm just gonna
Okay,
see
so
what
this-
motherboards are sale
Okay, sweet. So the 1660 Super would work with the.
I want
step
to
up.
trash my RAM kits on it.
I have to say, at this point, though, if you're going to be doing a 1660 Super and you're planning on paying for 3080 anyway, just buy a more expensive card right now because money's going out anyway.
Dude, do B550 Oris ITX and just completely destroy your RAM on it. That's what I'm doing. It's gonna be great. Alright, I changed it for GPU. I'm probably gonna hold out until stocks come in or just wait it out. Mousepad will be $15 version, but it's just a random recommend. S31 is definitely better than SN550. No, it's worse, but it's like, it doesn't matter. They're both fine. Oh, is he? IN and VC, by the way. Okay. How can I tell if a VRM is fine for a CPU? I'm gonna have to teach.
No,
Left Skull how
geez, you
to...
can't tell just by looking and.
You can kind of, but I'm gonna have to
kinda,
teach him.
sorta.
I'm gonna have to teach Left Skull how to do VRM math. Yeah, I'll probably do that later though. That's gonna take time. The Gaming Edge Carbon at the moment seems absolutely terrible for the money. I'm sure it's a Wi-Fi board, but like, did I tell? No, it's okay.
It was never a good board for the money. Even at its on sale price, it's not a good board for the money.
Left Skull, the basics are this, okay? So what a VRM does essentially is it transfers the power load between different MOSFETs constantly. And what you were trying to do is switch constantly enough and distribute the power over a large enough surface area, both component-wise and literally physical PCB-wise, so that the thermal load doesn't concentrate on any one area and heat it up to the point where it's past spec. So that would be, like Cubex is mentioning, the casing on the VRM. You don't want that casing temperature to go too high, because then you can have issues in terms of the electrical performance of the VRM or the longevity of those parts. And also there's throttling involved as well. So basically, it's both temperature and just current handling. There's also other quirks that certain power stages might have, like having sensors for certain, like characteristics. But most of the time, it's just trying to keep those temperatures down. And the higher current that a CPU pulls through that VRM, the greater load, the greater power load and thermal load it has to deal with. So that's when we try to move up in terms of VRM configs. Yeah, most of the time people are not buying high-end Intel. High-end Intel would be that, that point where you have to worry about that a lot of the time. But even mid to high end, even the mid to high-end Ryzen processors don't pull that much current. So that's why we tend to recommend like even mid-range boards. Plus, the B550 mid-range VRMs are really good. So yeah, that's basically it. 1 second. Okay. Cool. When are 37s going to be available? There's no single date, it's just they're gradually going to become more and more available as less people are buying them and more retailers are stocking them and getting their orders fulfilled. And there's no single date. It's not like, Jensen comes out in his leather jacket and he's like, all right, on December 1st, every 3070 retailer is going to have their orders fulfilled and everybody's going to get them. It's like, yeah, it doesn't work like that. It's just gradually. If you want like a good timeline, probably in a couple of months from now, they're going to be readily available. That's what both AMD and NVIDIA think, which is obviously not that optimistic, but yeah.
Is there a pause here? How do you turn off that doot every time someone joins Discord?
I have streamer mode on, so that automatically mutes all those sounds. So I suppose you could download like OBS and have it open in the background so that streamer mode's actually
well,
no. I think
I have that.
No, you can just force turn on.
No, you can just force it on.
You can just turn on streamer
Yeah,
mode.
great.
Yeah.
So just
There's
force it on
for streamer mode.
But streamer mode also hides like people's user IDs and stuff like that too. So yeah, that's basically it.
So that really doesn't. You have to have streamer mode on to mute that shit.
I think so.
You can go into user settings, then go into notifications, and the sounds for users join, user leave, blah blah blah.
Is that a thing?
You can turn those on all on and off.
Yeah, if you can toggle those, then that's even better than using streamer mode.
I don't know how I didn't see those. Thank you.
I changed this build again. Can you check it out? Okay. Is there a headset Discord server? No, there is a headphones Discord server, but they have a rule that bans any discussion on gaming headsets. So kind of fucked. It's for good reason though, because peripherals nerds generally hate talking about headsets. Because the people that are associated with those conversations are generally not pleasant. I changed this build again. Can you check it out? Yeah, sure.
I mean, there are some good headsets that actually have good drivers in them. They're just real expensive.
Yeah,
like
or they're the
Easy.
Cloud 2s. Yeah, this is not good. This list is just, yeah, just not worth even editing, honestly.
Recycle
how do you
bin,
add
huh?
custom items on PC Part Picker? You need to make an account. If you want to add like custom prices and URLs at least, you need to make an account. You sign in, scroll all the way to the bottom, and there's an add custom part button. I'm pretty sure it's the last blue button at the bottom. You can make custom parts, but you cannot like name them anything. You have to like use an Amazon link if you don't want to sign in. So yeah.
Oh well, actually, I just made one with a Walmart and also Best Buy link.
Yeah, so yeah, Amazon's just an example. There's a few other sites where that does work and it automatically makes you a custom part.
Sometimes it doesn't work though.
Yeah, like Newegg, it doesn't work. Surge protector recommendations. Not hold on.
Yeah, no,
Ryzen-
I was asking for other people.
Ryzen's not relevant right now. S31 Gold is good. Spec Delta RGB is a bad case choice these days. S12.3 should be replaced with Segotep, and I'm cool with the EVGA 1660. You know, even being that price. What's MSRP for the 3070 Vision OC? I'll probably look.
I don't know if I'm good with it being at that price unless he plans on getting a 3070.
No, yeah, I'm saying like step up only, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah.
How does 1660 Ti compare to the 2060? If you want good reference points, the 1660 Ti is basically a 1070 in raster performance. They're like 1% apart. And the 2060 is basically a 1080. They're like also 1% apart. So, yeah, compare the 1080 and
Wait,
1070. If you want
what
me
is
to
it?
give you a
It's-
direct number, I can. One sec.
Sorry, so what is the Segotep? Is like I searched it up and it didn't come up in
It's
PC.
a power supply brand. I can give you a link to the actual unit if you want. Who's asking?
Sweet. Search Protector.
Okay. You got it. There you go. Okay, so let's take a look here. So the 2060 and 1660 Ti are about, let me do some math here. Are about 22% apart, 21% apart. Yeah.
The Samsung Odyssey monitor, that's curved, right? Or is it
Yep.
flat?
It's curved.
It's curved.
Peoples.
Rate my PC part 0 to 7. Okay.
0.
Incoming 1 out of 7.
No, it's not a
No,
1.
I don't think he's gonna give it a 0.
That's
It's
not
a 1.
Yeah,
maybe
zero,
a 2.
0 has to be incompatible. I don't know. This is like a ooh, 2080
3?
Super for 500. That's rough, but I suppose you can step up if you got that new. I'm gonna say yeah, like I guess the first half of the list is pretty good. Yeah, I'll say
Really,
3.
even the cooler.
The cooler is unnecessary, but for $30, it's not the worst choice in the world. So like, let's say 3 out of 7.
The stock cooler was hitting 80, so I think there was something wrong with my cooler. I just
80
bought
is
that for $30.
completely fine for CPUs.
That's normal.
That was scaring me. No, it was going above 80. My bad.
What's
It's
the
going
best
like
gaming
85.
headset for 150 or less that has a decent mic? Sennheiser PC37X. Wouldn't it be better to go for a cheap USB mic and quality headphones? Yeah, typically, but usually people that ask for headsets are like really dead set on headsets, so yeah. But if you're gonna go not headset, then yeah, there's definitely better options out there. Yup.
For people who have like a curved monitor, does it really make that much of a difference compared to just using flat monitor?
Depends on the extent of the curve. On ultra wides, I would argue that curved is almost necessary, especially on extreme ultra wides. On regular monitors, typically your curve is like 1800R, so not that noticeable. Yeah, it's almost flat.
Yeah. I would
argue on the Samsung Odyssey at 34 inches, you pretty much need it.
Yeah, otherwise it just looks
You need a
warped.
you need to do a BIOS update. Just remember that.
Oh my god, Cubex is giving you the entire fucking definition for the Platimax.
Yo,
Yeah.
ages.
That Segotep unit is really high value. It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Should I make a whole list of my build and then like post it?
If you
I already-
want.
Okay.
I bought a pair of M50Xs and an AT2020 and will never go back. M50Xs are kind of cringe. AT2020 is less cringe. I hope you didn't get the USB version. AT2020 USB is pretty cringe. But if you got that XLR version, then like whatever.
So what's a good price for a 1660?
How much of a difference
Super.
is there when you have 3 case fans versus 6 case fans? Depends on the case and where those case fans are positioned and which case fans you actually get. But typically, once you hit 3 case fans, it's like every case fan you add to that in normal cases does nothing. Like, it's just useless. So
Good price for a 1660 Super. Kind of depends upon the model, but I mean, it depends. If you plan on actually using it long term, I'd probably aim for like, I don't know, 220, 240.
yeah.
If you plan on using it as a step up, well, if you're willing to shell out 280 and just use that as a difference between it and the 3070, that's another option. Keep in mind the step up program only applies to EVGA cards.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, USB and cringe. I'm gonna disagree on that. It is cringe. That's just what it is. You know. Most people they get a little touchy when you roast the shit that they have, but it is cringe. I would definitely not recommend an AT2020 USB for any new mic purchasers. I mean, if you already have it, then it's not a big deal. Like,
I
it's
wouldn't
better
recommend
than
anything USB interfaced for mic straight and
yeah.
anything. I'd go analog to a digital in.
The only time you ever have USB mics that are acceptable is for very cheap mics. We're talking $30 and below. So, because then you just
I
like
actually
straight
just
up can't afford XLR.
ordered that Motu buy 2 or whatever. I'm thrilled to check out next week.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
What about DT
gonna get rid of this
990 Pros?
background hiss.
990 Pros suck. So yeah, PC37X if you had to choose between those two. How's it going today? It's going good. We're chilling. I'm getting a 275R with 6 fans, or can I just stick with the stock 3 fans? I wasn't aware that the 275R comes with 3 fans. The OG 275R definitely doesn't. Unless you mean the airflow version.
Maybe the 275R airflow?
Yeah, maybe the
I could
275R.
have sworn it only came with 2 fans though.
Yeah, the OG 275R comes with like 1. So, and it's also like really blocky, basic. I was gonna buy this PC in 2015. The airflow version. Okay, dude. AKG K361 is one of the better $100 headphones right now. Any other ones? Yeah, that is actually wow. Good job. Yeah, K361 is actually pretty good. Yeah, no one ever recommends like AKG here, so good on you. Good job.
AKG is just for whatever reason outside the headphones circuit just not well known.
Yeah, I'd much rather people, recommend random AKG headphones than like Audio-Technica headphones. So, yeah.
One of my favorites is still an Audio-Technica set, the original ATH AD 700s.
Yeah. This trash or not? Let's see. It's semi-trash. It's not awful. I'd say power supply and motherboard need to change, but everything else here is not awful. I guess SSD you could do better. And then case, if you don't really like that case, there are cheaper cases that also have fans and good airflow, so there's that too. And then 3070, I hope you actually get it for 500. That'd be nice.
Good luck.
How much did you pay for your case?
$1,100 hard budget. Okay.
Wait, how much did you pay for the case?
For $1,100, you can afford a 3070. So this list should look very different. Also, good luck finding a 5600X. Also, you should, if you wanted to buy like good RAM for overclocking, you should have bought that sale earlier. That was like $70 for the RGB version. B550 Tomahawk I'm maybe okay with, but not really, especially in this budget where you're trying to fit a 3070 in. I wouldn't do that. Definitely not that GPU. 970 Evo is better priced these days, but I'd still do a Gold S31 instead. H510 is a question mark. I don't know why you picked that case. And then BQ is awful. So, yeah, there you
go. For mic question, I currently have a Blue Yeti, but I saw that there's a Blue Yeti Pro, and I'm wondering if I should get that or should I just go straight to an XLR mic?
Either keep your Blue Yeti. Wait, what are you doing with your mic?
I was going to use it for guitar.
Oh, okay. For an instrument mic, I'd probably change off the Blue Yeti. I don't know how much
can
money
you spend?
Yeah, I don't know how much money you have.
For mic, I can go like 600, 650.
Oh, okay. So you're in like
mic.
Aegis, can I tap in on this one just for a second?
Sure, yeah.
I've got a high LPR 40. I don't know if you want to spend that, but they've got kits for 340 out there on the web from like Sweetwater or
don't you also need like that Scarlett box or something like that?
Okay, so I just ordered a Motu X2 and you can get that. It's another $169. You won't break $600. You shouldn't quite get to it, but if you're going to record guitar, you want to get something that has a very low pickup. You don't want to go cheap on this. Yes. And that's what this mic is and why I'm getting interface, because it's kind of hissy right now. But you need something nice to pick it up that won't have a noise floor. So
not too hissy though.
Yeah, but for
this is where you want to spend. You don't want to cheap out at all on a guitar mic.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah,
you're in
but
like
for
Shure
XLR
and
mics,
Electro Voice territory. So, yeah, I mean, I would check out the peripherals pins, and if Sai is online, you can ask her for like XLR setup advice as well. And Yeah, as well as like room treatment and
Well, I
stuff
was
like
just
that. if
also
you're setting up-
curious.
Yeah, if you're setting up like a recording booth, she does a lot of audio work, so you can probably ask her.
I was just also wondering for XLR mics, I heard that you need like a Scarlett box or something.
You need
That's
some
an
kind of
interface.
audio interface.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it doesn't need to be Scarlett. Scarlett does make like the Scarlett Solo and the 2i2, but for your budget, you can probably get an interface that's better than that. Not that that's necessary, but you can probably get an interface that's better than that.
The reason I'm testing the Motu is it has loop back, which means you can take your instruments and loop it back into your mic or vice versa. It has a lot of stuff that it's pretty intriguing.
Mhm.
It
That's
eliminates.
cool.
Okay, and does your mic also do well with just regular vocals as well?
It's one of those mics you have to have near your face to talk. It's a dynamic microphone. It's not a diaphragm mic like your Yeti is, where it picks up the entire room and everything you scratch. So you have to consider that if you're getting that mic, it's not going to hear just your guitar. It's going to hear everything. So unless you're singing, you might want to get a strictly dynamic mic like this one. Because
So like cardioid?
Cardioid refers to pattern. That's
Oh,
not
Christ.
the type of mic. Anyways,
this is
No,
a
I-
strictly
my bad,
dynamic
fuck.
mic. So the end of my mic is my microphone. A diaphragm cardioid mic, which is like a Yeti, comes off the sides and everywhere else.
yeah, cardioid refers to
Okay.
the pattern that the mic kind of takes sound from. It's not like related to dynamic / condenser like he's referring to. So anyways, I would do some more research to kind of understand the terminology with mics. Again, if you ask in peripherals, if
Okay.
Sai happens to be online right now, you can ask her all these questions. And if you're trying to do like room treatment as well, she basically does everything. She'll cover like all your bases when it comes to setting up recording for an instrument. Yeah.
Weird coincidence. Someone just asked, voice chat text said G Gigas asked any good XLR mic around $50.
That would be
Around
a large no.
$50. Typically the mics that we recommend are either cheaper or more expensive than that. So a recommendation that we often have is like the XM8500 or the C1. Those are like both $20 to $30. And then the next recommendation up from that would be like a V67G or an MXL 990, I think, which are both like I think $60 or $70. So around 50, I don't know if there's anything super good around there that I typically recommend. But if you check the peripherals channel and you check the pinned messages there, you can see a bunch of mics that we recommend, and maybe one of them falls around $50. So
I can't believe they're selling them that cheap.
On
and,
top of that-
bragging up quality on them.
on top of that, you can get the Behringer UM2, which is not the UMC22, so there's no instrument support. But if you just want an interface to work with an XLR mic and possibly a headphone preamp, then the UM2 will do that, and it's like $40, I think. So then that will allow you to push some more budget into your mic as well. On top of that, you probably want a mic arm and possibly a windscreen or pop filter as well. So yeah, make sure you have space in your budget for that as well. What's the best mic for setting up my new ASMR business? I don't know, get an Electro Voice RE20, okay?
Aegis, you know any good monitors? Say like 144 hertz and at least 1080p.
Is this for a secondary or a primary?
Primary.
Primary, I would say, well, let's say 1080p 144. Right now there is an Acer VG249Q off of Best Buy. It's VESA compatible, has a pretty good decent stand, 1080p 144 fast IPS. Okay. Is this
What
a
is
good
it called?
SSD? I think the VG249Q. It should be $170. If it's not $170, then I have the wrong name and you can yell at me, but make sure that's the right one.
Oh shit, 170 IPS. I see.
Okay, hold on, let me read my
Oh,
DMs 1 second. I finished, just need to activate Windows. Okay. We're gonna do this. Taco Bell, do you have oh, hold on. I shouldn't be showing that on stream. 1 second. Give me a second. 1 second.
So another mic question. If a mic is just solely for vocals, would XLR be better than just a USB, or would USB suffice?
No, any high-end mic setup should be XLR, not USB. Regardless of what it's used for,
I see.
really. Okay, so Taco Bell, I've sent you a Google Drive link to a file. And yeah, so go ahead and download that. And also, I've sent you a video as well. That's like a tutorial for how to work with that. If you've already installed 7-zip, which I hope you have, no computer is complete without 7-zip. So I hope you have 7-zip, and you'll need that to decrypt the file that I've sent to you. It's a compressed archive, but it is locked. So follow the video that I sent to you, and yeah, best of luck to you. Let me know how it goes. The video should have everything. You can pause it, fast forward it and stuff, as much as you please. Yeah. Okie dokie. Let's see.
I don't know. Someday I think Microsoft's just gonna forget about the whole activation thing and make it so that you only need to activate it for enterprise, where you connect to an Active Directory domain.
Yep.
I don't even activate that.
Yo.
Oh,
Oh, but you know why? Because you don't have to activate enterprise.
Y'all roasting me
I should say professional edition. The
just
editions
don't need
where
Wi-Fi? Okay, then cool. Get the Tomahawk, I guess, if you want it. Because there's nothing like much cheaper that's like anymore worth buying. So yeah, Seiji Gigas, I hope that is pretty clear. Hold on, let me scroll up to voice chat text. I think I missed some questions. Change this build again. Can you check it out? Getting my first PC. Okay, I think he's gone. Okay. Yo, check out my list. Oh no, that guy else here. Okay, cool.
I don't think there's been any new asks. Xenon is his new? His is new.
Yeah, maybe. The A60 is fine. But it's not relevant right now. Okay, cool. We're good. We are good. We are good. I don't know. Extraordinarily specific recommendation. Yeah. Okay.
Can somebody help me build my PC?
My bad. I'll be more vague next time.
That generally you'd go to assembly help for that, man.
Oh shit! They just banned Fluffy.
Hmm?
You know Fluffy? He's a general discussion regular. They just banned him.
Why?
Oh.
Why did they ban him?
He has a very, very long history of being basically okay. The mods on this server are kind of averse to like banning regulars, but he's been here for a very long time. I think since like IRC days, before this was on Discord. But like he's had a very long and consistent history of like, I think, just being, I don't know, disruptive, I guess. So yeah, I'm kind of surprised though. I thought they would just like, mute him or something. Is this a good budget for under 9? Is this good for a budget under 950? Look, 5700 XT does not belong in any list at all these days. So no. Also, you're deafened? So are you? I'm assuming you're on the stream. So okay. Otherwise, I don't know why you're here. Okay. Cool.
I got a build I just threw together for my older brother. I'm not really sure if it's okay, but I'll toss it into the chat if you can look at it.
Hope what is clear, Pepig. You told me to cut up my $20 fan from the build, so I can probably get the more expensive mic. So MXL 990 is a good choice, or MXL 770 as well. What I would do is go to the peripherals channel, check the pins there, and just read through the mics there. I think they're sorted from least to most expensive, and take your pick for whatever fits your budget, because those are all the mics that we've listed there are like the best mics for their specific price points. So sift through those and take whatever suits your fancy. So that's nice. Yeah, all the mics that we listed there, they're all good. Yeah, they're all, anything that's listed in the peripherals pinned messages is things that me and Sai and all of the other peripherals regulars have established and agreed on as being meta recommendation. And we try to keep it updated, from time to time.
Would y'all recommend SteelSeries like as a good brand for headphones?
Headphones definitely not. For headsets, very questionable depending on what's available in your country.
No, SteelSeries is more of like mice, really. Mice keyboards.
SteelSeries even have anything? I would say SteelSeries in terms of peripherals, their best is probably keyboards. even though they're probably underrated for keyboards. Yeah.
Mhm.
Most people lump them
Well,
in
their
with like
Sensei mice seem to be decent.
they're
they have
okay,
good
but they're
mice.
overshadowed by like a lot of stuff these days.
Mhm.
Like Rival
Theirs better,
310,
but you
Rival
can get 'em.
110, Rival 600, Rival 3 used to be like decent, but these days there's just so many mice that are in that price category that are like better or cheaper. So, yeah.
What do you think about Logitech headsets then?
No.
No.
Just
No.
very bad.
No.
Yeah, Logitech.
They were my first,
Logitech
and
Razer
I
Corsair
kind of
headsets
regretted
are
it.
very bad. I think HyperX is like the only, or Kingston / HyperX is like the only brand that has like acceptable headsets across most of their range at least. So
What
yeah.
brand has like some of the best headphones? Like I don't care for the mic.
There's
in the
no like
headsets.
one specific brand, but out of the headphones we recommend, I'll tell you.
Or there's like one specific headphone.
For what price?
I can shoot higher for that because I'm not planning on getting an XLR mic till like at least in a couple months ahead.
Okay. A safe general rec is like DT880s. Yeah, DT880 250 ohm.
Wait, what?
Biodynamic DT880 250 ohm.
DT8 or 8?
DT880.
Or at least 60 hertz. You need a display port, right?
60 hertz? No.
No,
Like
you
almost
can do-
every.
You
Almost
can do VGA.
Yeah, like
you know?
VGA will do 1080p 60. Yeah.
I'm on a VGA.
Oh, not okay. Like above 60 hertz.
Above 60
display port
hertz
for that?
would need to be HDMI or DP. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't matter display port or
I think
HDMI.
I think DVI-D also does
HDMI doesn't support the higher ones, but it'll support like up to what is it, 80?
Depends on the HDMI revision. Like
True.
HDMI 2.1 is like the only thing that currently supports 4K 144
So
without
better off
DSC.
to get a display port then, huh?
I
For
mean,
higher
the monitor
refresh
should come with a
channels.
DisplayPort cable. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
DisplayPort's kind of like the standard best.
Well, I mean, it's what's
outside of-
most common on GPUs nowadays. I mean, most GPUs have 3 DisplayPort
yeah.
connectors and one HDMI.
Outside of 4K 144, which is why like the 3080 I think has like 3 HDMI 1 DP instead. Actually, let me check that. I believe they reversed it this generation because HDMI 2.1 is the only ratified spec that does 4K 144 without DSC.
Some reading reviews of one shit. They don't give out the.
Isn't that what they finally put out on the RTX series cards this time? So it's supported.
They don't give you display port.
Oh, just kidding.
the
No, it's
HDMI
HDMI
cable.
DP. Yeah.
Wait, so is the DT990 better than the 880?
Nope. Just because the number is bigger does not mean that it is better. That's like the DT1990s
Okay.
are still bad, especially for headphones. Headphones, you might think that the more expensive ones are better. It is like of all the parts when it comes to like PCs or literally anything, of all the parts, headphones that's the least true. Like there are very expensive headphones out there that are just complete disasters. Like yeah. For
See
example,
the Sennheiser Orpheus.
okay, well
Okay.
I don't think that's a good example. But like,
No, probably not. But I was going for very expensive. And
yeah.
There you
Right.
go.
But for example, Biodynamic.
Wait, so which one's the...
Probably the only headphone that we recommend from Biodynamic is the 880. Like 770s are ass, 990s are ass, 1990s are also ass. So yeah.
which 880? There's 880 Pro
There's
and
Pro and
600
Premium. It doesn't
ohm.
matter. You can get either. Aim for the 250 ohm version if you're using a desktop.
The thing is, if you get a 600 ohm headphones, you're going to have to buy a high quality input that powers them too.
Yeah, you're gonna need an amp for the 600 one.
So they're not wireless?
No, they're not wireless. These are wired headphones.
Well, you can get the ones I just posted that are wireless.
Oh, I didn't
These are
see.
kind of a step up, but I mean, like, yeah, if
Yeah.
you're gonna get wired, yeah, you gotta
Odyssey
consider
makes
that.
good. Odyssey actually does make good headsets, but if you're in that price range, you may as well do headphones. Like,
I'm fucking
should I be a
So,
2060K and do the step up?
For my...
I do step up.
What?
I was talking to a guy in my
Hey,
chat.
who did the Siberia headphones? Wasn't that Steel Series?
No idea.
Because
Yeah,
I used to have a
Steel
pair of
Series did-
headphones that had they had a clip-on mic that came with it. They had a little clip-on shirt mic you could use to keep it separate.
Oh yeah, lavalier mics are interesting. Is this good?
It
for a
worked good until my
budget
vacuum cleaner ate it, but
under 950? Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm sitting here on a Xbox 360 headset from 6 years ago that
sound
I'm using
great.
some adapters, and if I turn my volume up, everything echoes because it's it's the fucking one port to dual.
Okay,
Oh.
Or
Gold
it's like
Eye. I
four
will look at
contacts.
I'll look at your list here.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I'd start this list over from scratch. Okay.
I'm
good.
yeah, good.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
I was just saying I don't have too much experience, but like this is the best I could see for this price range as far as I could tell.
For
Because I'm kind of capped out at
$700
$650.
For $700, you can do 10100 plus let me think. 10100 plus like an EVGA 1660/Super/Ti, and then step up to a better GPU later, and still have space in your budget, honestly. There's a lot of choices here that I would change, yeah. Why go with the EVGA? Just wondering. For step up.
Customer support, outstanding.
Yeah, for North America, EVGA is good to go. What 5600 XT would you suggest? I would not suggest a 5600 XT. Hi, can you look at my build with peripherals? Yeah, sure. I'll throw it. Your part list is private.
Rabbit. I just want to ask for headphones, like just price aside, like I'm just wondering, like what are the best kind of like noise canceling headphones, like not headsets, not with the mic.
Hate that word, noise canceling.
But like it's just like.
So are you wearing these
It's
in
bullshit
public?
is what noise canceling is.
Wait, so are you wearing these in
No,
public?
not in public.
or-
It's just like just for good audio
And
quality.
why would you want noise canceling?
And I just have some like because sometimes I just have noisy roommates.
Okay, then I would just get close
I mean,
backs
okay,
that have
noise
good
canceling
isolation.
mainly works by blocking out like a
You're- see, the
specific
problem-
sound, like a how do you say, like a constant noise.
Phase cancellation.
If someone's tone or voice is constantly
So
being
like a
raised,
hum?
noise canceling won't fix it at all.
I mean,
like a hum or like a
ANC
fan that's a
can.
constant
ANC can,
constant
but
noise type shit. That's what noise
like
canceling
if you want active noise
actually fix.
canceling, that's going to limit your headphone options by a lot, and it's
And they're gonna
also
be
going to.
Alright, never mind then.
It's,
I was
it's
I was
also going
thinking
to
it was
lock
something
you
else.
out
My
of
bad.
like all the really good headphones. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Bose
I would
has
just
those.
get
Here's my
passive.
experience. The first time I put those things on, it felt like they vacuumed against my head, and it was actually pretty uncomfortable. I was not a fan of that noise canceling shit at all.
Yeah. Also,
Okay, yeah,
genuinely
never mind.
consider.
I thought noise canceling meant something different.
No, I mean there's two types of noise canceling. There's active and passive. Passive just means, there's material that's on the headphones, or like they have a tight clamp or they're closed back or whatever, and it insulates your ears from the outside noise. That's just passive, material based, construction based. And then active noise cancellation actually makes use of phase cancellation to actively cancel out audio that's coming from external sources. That's stuff you'll see in like true wireless IEMs, like, Galaxy Buds and stuff like that. But yeah, most people don't look for that in a headphone. Yeah, in headphones, most people don't look for ANC.
Unless you're a pilot, of course.
I mean, I guess, but even
Bose
then,
headphones
that's
there
like
goes
kind of
up
weird.
to
Yeah.
thousands.
Yeah,
So
so
yeah.
no, that aside, like what's the best kind of headsets you'd recommend?
Headsets or
headphones? Fuck, headphones. Fuck,
Okay.
fuck,
Just
I'm
any of them that don't say open back. You're
Yeah,
gonna have
literally
better
just closed
success
backs.
with.
So DT880s. DT880s are like good. They're great for
Okay.
gaming, great for listening to music, and they have an inoffensive sound signature. So it's like good general recommendation. Yep. If you want
All
to
the
spend more
shit
than
I
that, you
linked?
can.
You said which ohm?
250. Yeah.
120 to 250, anything 300 to 600 is gonna require a beefy card.
Lower
or,
than that,
an-
and the
a
headphone
preamp.
is worse. Higher than that, you need an amp. There's 3 versions, so get the middle one.
Shit, I gotta look it up.
Yeah, Beyerdynamic DT880 Pro or Premium, 250. And if you want higher than that, there's more expensive headphones than that. But honestly, those headphones are good enough that it's like buy it for life type shit. It's good enough that
Are they
there's
super
nothing
comfy?
it's like very far into the diminishing returns curve. Like I would argue that the $15 KSC75s are already like good enough audio quality that there's nothing past that is like significantly better in audio quality. Outside of like maybe like
Does
soundstage.
anyone here have them?
Have what?
The
The
DT80.
headphones that you recommend.
I've worn them before. I don't drive them. They're not my daily drivers. But there are people
Are they
that
super comfortable?
there are people in the peripherals mains that do use them. Yeah, they're pretty comfortable. They have good stock pads.
Oh, you can swap out the pads for custom or something else?
Most decent headphones allow you to swap out the pads.
Yep, most popular headphones. Now, just bear in mind, there are some headphones that are very picky about their pads, and if you change the pads, it will actually drastically affect the sound. For example, the headphones I'm wearing, the 6XXs, or really any of the HC600 series from Sennheiser, you change the pads, and it becomes a different headphone. So I know the DT880s are not like that to the same extent, but just be aware of that.
Okay. So do you get the pads from the same brand, or do you get them
there
from
are third-party like aftermarket retailers that make pads that are genuinely good. But for example, like for 6XXs, I would stick with stock pads. So if you break your pads or wear them out, get them from Sennheiser. But for DT880s, I'm pretty sure there are aftermarket pads that are like good and don't ruin the sound.
Yeah, I've seen a few that are reasonably priced that if you don't like the stock pads, they make them more comfortable.
Okay, let me take a look at these lists here. Is that true with the Cloud 2 versus Cloud Alpha? We don't typically recommend Cloud Alphas. Like we used to for a short period of time, and then we realized, wait, the Cloud 2s are like just better. So yeah, now we just switch back to recommending the Cloud 2s, and that's only if you really need a headset. These days, Sennheiser's options have dropped so much in price that the Cloud 2s are basically irrelevant, and we tend to push people to the PC37X, Game 0, Game 1s. Those are all really great. Yeah, that's one collaboration with like Massdrop that's actually gone really well for just the community in general. Aegis, what is something I could upgrade for the $150 range that I would notice difference if there is any? Nothing. Nothing here really. I mean, I guess you could like get better RAM and overclock. Whatever. There's nothing here honestly that I would change. Besides stepping your 2080 Super up to like a 3080 when that's available, there's basically nothing else here I would change. I really hope you got that 2080 Super new, by the way. If you got a used 2080 Super for 500, ugh, that's cringe.
I'm getting 2080 Ti for 350 used.
That's great. Yeah, no, that's good. That's good.
350.
Yeah.
What?
That's great.
It's the Asus Strix OC as
Holy
well.
shit,
So it's a
dude!
$1,500
Who is selling you this, dude? They're crazy.
I'm friends with the YouTuber, so.
Oh, okay, cool then. All right, whatever.
Yeah.
Are you able to have a look at this? Just want to make sure the CPU cooler and motherboard and RAM and case are good enough with a mild overclock on the 5800X. Well, 5800X is already a red flag. Cooler is fine. Not that I'd recommend the U12S, but it's fine. It'll do the job that you want it to. Although I would not buy a U12S. B550 Aorus Elite, no, definitely not. For 250 AOD, that's terrible. 32 gigs of RAM, that's extremely overpriced, even for Australia. The other parts here, I hope you bought these like a long time ago. 600p is such a weird choice. I'm assuming you already have that, because I'm pretty sure Intel doesn't even make the 600p anymore. 3080 fine. P400A stock is not worth 110 AUD. If it was digital, it would be, but it's not. And G2 751, I'm assuming you have that from before, because G2 is typically not something people look at these days. Is there even any benchmarks for old pre-built PSUs? No, typically not. If you're an E, you can like crack one open and, you know, analyze it by just looking at it. But I don't recommend that, obviously. I advocate anyone who uses user benchmark to test out their power supply. Oh my god, Cubex. Oh my god. Okay.
Now I do have to agree with Cubex with his fuck shock mounts theory. I've smacked my forehead and bruised it almost every time I've smacked my forehead on this thing.
Oh yeah, they're kind of
hurts.
bulky. Yeah.
Because you'll forget it, you'll be in the dark, and you'll be like, "Oh, I'm all good to get up," and you'll forget it's in your face, and whack. And it's just like someone
$150.
poked you in the face with the bar.
Viper Ultimate is 120. Yeah, Viper Ultimate basically just outclasses the G Pro wireless. Yeah. At $150, a nice keyboard or mouse is worth it. I mean, you can get a very nice keyboard or mouse for like a lot less than 150. Notably mouse, especially mouse. Like for example, Basilisk X Hyperspeed hit like $40 recently, which is insane. Like imagine getting a top tier, basically G502 clone that improves on everything the G502 sucked at, and it's wireless for $40. That's
Damn.
crazy.
Yeah, I have a G502, and the biggest shitty thing right now, I have headphones on, so I don't ever really hear the ringing of the like the springs and shit. That's kind of loud, but I can ignore that. The worst part is the fucking software, as usual.
Oh, are you still using LGS or have you switched to G-Hub?
G Hub is too unstable now. I'm gonna
I
swap
agree.
back.
Yeah, G-Hub is
Yeah,
legitimate.
no, it recently lost all support for doing anything other than the default desktop thing. It just doesn't. It won't let you stay
Yeah,
on any
it's
other.
like G-Hub was fine like a few months ago, and then it like kept updating itself, and it just breaks itself during updates and deletes all my profiles. It's great.
Oh yeah, I lost.
True. Fuck G-Hub, bro. I use the Logitech gaming software. The
G-Hub
old
is
one.
actually like pretty good in terms
Dog
of like
shit.
macros and stuff like that, and it's pretty clean. It just needs to stop breaking itself.
something that's really pissy about it. It hates monitors that are that aren't the standard. What is it? 16 by 9.
Mm-hmm.
I have a 16 by 10.
Oh, okay.
It cuts like it's on. I only get to see a fourth of the whole UI whenever I first pull it up. It's in the bottom right of my screen.
Wonderful.
I have to drag it up, and then I can't see the very bottom of it. It's like
Paracord is a solution to a problem that's been solved with wireless, though. No, but here's the thing, right? Like, it's kind of funny because wireless mice would have been amazing like 5 years ago, back when wires were pretty bulky and actually annoying. But back 5 years ago, wireless mice were shit, and they actually had latency issues and LOD issues and interference issues. And today, now that all of those issues are solved, mice manufacturers have also put a lot of emphasis in making their cables really light and just out of the way. So now it's like it doesn't really matter as much. Like getting wireless is not that big of an advantage because like the wires that do come with your mice these days are usually sleeved, and they're usually by Rabid. They're usually sleeved, and they're usually really light, and they're basically just don't even feel like they're there. So it's like
You don't have to pay for batteries too.
it's like you just pick what you want at this point. Wireless is just a luxury.
Yeah, fuck that shit. Man.
Viper is good. I switched to a G Pro wireless and regret it. Yeah, the biggest problem with the G Pro wireless is the shape, I would say. Most people, I mean, a lot of people don't like that shape, so yeah.
Oh, actually, I have a Razer Basilisk Ultimate, and I'm just curious, what are y'all's opinions on it? I
It's
think it's
okay,
alright.
but it's not worth buying anymore. Or I don't think it was ever worth buying, but yeah.
I don't know. It's a little small for
Why
me,
is the
and the little
5800X
gimmick where it had that
bad?
little tab was a little slow.
The 5800X is much more expensive than the 5600X. And the 5900X is very small amount comparatively over the 5800X. So pick either side of the fence. The 5800X is like riding the fence really hard and, you know, hitting its nutsack on the fence a lot, and it hurts. Yeah. As for mesh cases that fit a 3080, that was the cheapest I found too. No, you can definitely do a lot better than this. Hold on. Hold on. Best mouse for Geometry Dash. There's a mouse meta for Geometry Dash?
I was about to say, isn't that a game made for keyboard?
Isn't that keyboard? Yeah, like what?
I thought you use arrow keys for it. What?
Yeah, don't you like use the spacebar? Or do people click in like the pro Geometry Dash scene?
Hey, you know what? That's actually
Jesus, what the fuck?
Hey, I have a
Geometry
problem.
Dash?
My middle mouse button isn't working. Like I can't click down on it in games. You know what?
Maybe your mouse
Press
is broken
harder.
then.
You know,
Press harder.
Just
Press hard
harder
enough,
forehead.
something will happen.
Just press harder forehead.
I need I need a legit answer.
It's probably broken.
Oh yeah, man.
Alright.
Okay, so
If all your buttons work, but that one is probably broken.
you low there, let me keep reading here.
Press
So,
harder till it works.
as for mesh cases that fit a 3080, that was the cheapest that I found. Metallic Gear Neo Air, MB311L, both should fit like every 3080 basically. Are you not overestimating how much AUD is worth? Yeah, I know how much AUD is worth. Don't worry. We have a lot of Australians that come through the server, so I'm pretty familiar. Trying to target 3600 C16 was the problem, especially if you're not manually overclocking. Can you find better alternatives that I haven't been bought? Okay, sure. I guess. Let's look. Okay. All right. I'll do some quick edits to this thing. We'll do some chop. We'll see how this goes. Why do you need 32 gigs, by the way, to begin with? Just answer this while I'm picking your cooler and motherboard. All right. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got here, boys. 120 millimeter. Thanks, Dusty, for the follow. Okay. Ooh, that's not bad. I might even go SC224 XT on this. I might just
I've noticed
do it.
people that have big hands end up not really liking the G502.
Really? G502 is kind of big.
It's a big mouse, but it's the ergonomics fit smaller hands surprisingly.
I guess, yeah.
I know. I have fucking elf hands, and it is perfect.
Okay.
Corsair Iron Claw is pretty nice mouse for big hands.
H7U, ETS 50.
The
G502 like $40 right now.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's a G502 is long irrelevant. Long sensor.
yeah, I got mine
Oh.
for like 30 a while back on some promo.
I love mine because of the buttons, dude. I use every single button.
OVH Wi-Fi. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like just sitting at the sweet spot for the buttons. I like them a lot.
Hulo.
Yo, would having triple monitors like really lag my
Depends on your system.
Alright.
Also, typically no. Hulo,
I'll send it in
why
voice chat.
32 gigs? Why 32 gigs again? Also, please no liquid cooling. Yeah, don't worry. I wouldn't do that to you. It's for streaming and gaming and video and photo editing. Okay, that's good enough for me. We'll do 32 gigs.
I posted my PC or voice
Yeah,
chat.
that's definitely nowhere near
speak
the
up, buddy.
cheapest. I kind of
Use a
want to do
lot.
Oloy.
Not bad.
Hey, does thermal compound really matter, or
Not
can
really.
you just get anything?
But if you had to pick, NTH1, Noctua NTH1, NTH2, Cooler Master, Master Gel Maker, Nano.
What about Cryonaut by Grizzly?
Cryonaut's cool, but it's like, it's kind of too min-maxed. I wouldn't do Cryonaut for most people. If it's pretty cheap, then sure. Then, but yeah. Okay, let's see. Focus G.
But you guys
870.
don't think that a 2080 Super and a 5600X would lag on triple monitors?
Absolutely
Like
not.
2080
I mean, if
Super?
you're, look,
Triple monitor, depends on what
having more than one monitor is not typically a big load on your GPU unless you're actually using content on both monitors. But most people that have two monitors, it's like you're gaming on one and looking at Discord on the other one, so it's like not intensive. Anyways, what's your face? Hulo there. There you go. Okay, cool. DAV2 is super good. I don't think it's super good. It's just good. And it's typically not a recommendation these days.
Also, do you guys like if I was to put my third monitor DisplayPort to HDMI, is there going to be anything like wrong with that?
I don't think
Because-
so.
No, you
You
should
won't
be
be able
doubt
to
fine.
before, but yeah, you should be fine. Unless the
monitor is 60
yeah, no, then
hertz.
you're perfectly fine. I'm using a really old GPU while I'm waiting for my 2080 Ti come in. The HD 8570 right now, and so I'm having DisplayPort to HDMI, HDMI to VGA. And
I have wonky shit. I had wonky shit like that too.
Yeah.
As long as you're not going over 60 hertz, I doubt it would matter.
Gaming,
Yeah, no,
recording, editing, Intel or Ryzen. Depends on your budget. If you have a budget that's higher than, say, 1200, Ryzen. If it's cheaper than 1200, then Intel. Yep. Actually,
Who just said they're getting a 2080 Ti? I'm just curious how
maybe it
much.
could be Ryzen for below 1200, but maybe sort of not.
Yo, whoever just asked the question, you're quiet as shit.
Me?
Yes.
I haven't.
Bro, everyone's been saying that. I don't know how to fix it.
Move your
You're
mouth
fine for
closer
me.
to your mic.
You're fine for me.
Yeah,
You're
you're
not.
fine.
No,
for
that
me
shit
too.
is loud.
No,
It
no,
sounds
you're
like
I
you're
fine,
literally
dude.
kind of
touching.
close.
No, you're fine, dude. You're fine. I have you at 100%. You're fine.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
That was
Sounds
not me.
tired, yeah.
Whoever just did that.
No,
Sorry
my
about
mouth is really dry.
You're all good, bro.
Yeah, no, this is the old ass mic I was telling you about. You got one of those
Oh, your
one of-
Xbox shit?
yeah, it's got one of those creaky metal boom arm things.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so I
touch it a little bit, it's so loud.
yeah, and if I put I